I'm glad to see all of you showing up, and I hope you all vote this year. I really guarantee you, we need a change in Fort Wayne. The reason why I vote, this is my 3rd time I've run. And every time that I win, I always bring it up, I am not one of these fellas when my mommy and daddy owned a business and gave me money when I got old enough to leave home. I work hard for my money just like all of you have done, okay? My mom and dad was a railroader and my mother was a maid. I went to Southside High School. I didn't go to these high-class colleges, all right? I mean, heck, I got a smartphone the other day and I said, how do I use it? I called my granddaughter. Man, she's got it right now. I kind of felt bad because I'm 54, but you know. But the thing that I would like to see a change is instead of the money going downtown and going out there where the rich is at, let's get it down here where the privileged people that work hard to keep our city going. You folks do that, not anybody else. Yeah, the North does it, the South does it, everybody does it, but you folks work harder. Because there's dishwashers, there's janitors, there's lawnmower people out here. There's people out here that bust your butt every single day. And that's what I'm out there for. I want to change the way the city is run. I want the money to go to places where it should go. Not just downtown, not just out north. I want it to be all over Fort Wayne. As Mr. Roach said, our streets are getting bad. They spend a lot of money on tearing down these houses. Why don't they fix these houses up instead of tearing them down? Because all you're going to have is vacant lots for the next 10 years where you're going to have to call 311 every day and say, hey, this needs to be mowed. All right? So think about it, folks. Remember Tom Cook. One thing I would do is again, get all the department heads together. But there'll be one area that I'll be working on very, very hard, and that's neighborhood code. If you ever noticed, you see a lot of neighborhood codes on this side of the railroad track by Harrison. You go on the other side, you don't see that many neighborhood codes. Most every neighborhood, you guys can look out your door and see how many houses are condemned. The reason why, maybe because that person couldn't afford their utilities at the time. So they get condemned. They get their utilities turned back on, and boom, you have to fix this, you have to do that. They won't take the condemned sign off. Okay? That's the first department I look at. Because none of them are contractors. I don't see how they can get a job coming into your house and telling you your house is unsafe when they're not even contractors, okay? Another thing I would get rid of is these take-home cars for the police department. That's a money-wasted thing. And because you go down on Creighton and Clinton every day, there's a squad car sits there. He leaves 8 hours, comes back, and that car is set there. Does not move at all. That's money being wasted. That car should be out there protecting us, not sitting there being pretty like that. They think that, oh, we have a squad car here, you're not going to get robbed. Well, I tell you what, there's women's purses getting stolen over there in Walgreens parking lot every single night over there. And it's just getting bad. It's not getting any better. You knock on this officer's door, there was a major accident there. You knock on his door, he didn't come and answer the door. He didn't do nothing until he seen a sergeant drive up, and then he came up. Well, I didn't hear nobody knocking on the door. How could you not? There was 6 of us on the porch pounding on your window, but you didn't come out. So there's no, I don't want to hear that garbage of, if we have these cars here, they're protecting us by living in that neighborhood, okay? It's just a waste of money. Another thing is I want to see the south, again, the south of Fort Wayne look a hell of a lot better than what it is. I want to see these houses that are being condemned fixed up, where people that's homeless, people that's out here busting our butts trying to make it. And then again, as my little slogan used to say, I used to say it, I'm tired of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. And that's exactly what's happening. Thank you. I've been hearing that a lot. It's going to get here. It's going to come.
That's right.
It's going to be here. When? I'm 54 years old. And all I'm seeing is this end of town is going downhill. When there's a shooting in this area, you have 55,000 cops in this area. But there's a shooting out north, you might be lucky to see maybe 6 or 7 out there. Okay? And the other day, they did a speeding trap down on Lafayette. And I watched this for 2 hours. There was 2 officers. All of a sudden, there was an Afro-American gentleman driving a nice little SUV. I admit he burned a little rubber turning the corner. But before those officers, they followed him, turned the lights on, but before they did, they had 7 squad cars on him. Only gave him a ticket for speeding. But 7 squad cars. Now that's outrageous. I am sorry, okay? But the thing that I'm upset about is I've been listening to everybody, the mayor, everybody. Oh, it's coming, it's coming. All I'm seeing is a lot of people leaving. Nothing is coming, all right? So if you want to change, let's get out there and vote. I feel like him. Those vouchers has nothing to do with this being mayor, but I do say that we do have a pretty good school system, all right? When I grew up, you actually learned something. Today, you don't learn nothing. They shove you in, they shove you out, and you're out. I'm going to say straight up, I used to have a store. I hired a girl right directly out of high school. She couldn't even get any change for a $20 bill. So, I mean, come on now. If that's the kind of system we're running, we need to change it, all right? Now, as of somebody mentioned about jobs here in Fort Wayne, about keeping it local. And I agree with the gentleman. It should be local. But you also got to realize, folks, that you have a contractor's license. All right? Along with that contractor's license, you got to have a lot of money to, you know, if you ran somebody over, you got to be able to take care of that person, okay? And this is what the city will allow you to put your bid in. But then once you get that bid in there, it's like, oh, wait a minute, you need this and you need that, okay? And I'm very against the idea of farming out our stuff because we have enough people. I know for a fact I can fill this room up with at least 100 contractors that has education, went out there and learned how to do this, and they have the same excuse. The city will not hire us. And we need to get that changed. So remember, when it comes time for election, maybe we can get that changed. Thank you. You were saying you wanted to know why everybody's saying it's the south end of Fort Wayne. Okay, and not the north and the west, anything like that. Go out north, go out west, count how many condemned signs you have, how many potholes are out there, how many sidewalks are crumpling, how many weed violation signs you're going to see this summer out there.
There's a lot up north.
You do not see that many like you do on the south end of Fort Wayne.
It's all over, right.
All right, and another thing is they need to build out here, and I agree with you. We need more buildings out here. We need something.
I'm not disputing the fact that there's other places that have the same problems. I'm saying it's a whole, and if you're just talking about one area, what about the rest? So
because the rest is not really having any problems like we are down here. Okay. All right.
That's not true. That's so not true.
Okay, ma'am, you're saying that's not true, but let me tell you something. Look at the crime rate down here and look at the crime rate down there. Look how many squad cars we got out north and how many we got here. Okay. They make it look so good that we have this big old, you know, we have a lot of police in this area. Bullshit. And excuse the ladies for their saying this, but we don't have that many in this town, in this area. We don't have that many of squad cars in this town, in this area of town. Out north, yeah, we have a lot of them. The ones we do have out here, they'll stop you because you spit on the ground, or they stopped you because you looked at them the wrong way. All right? I'm not black, I'm white. But I've been stopped by a lot of these officers that's bugging me. Why are you in my neighborhood? Because I live in this neighborhood. How come I've never seen you before? Well, first of all, it's not your neighborhood. You're just working in this neighborhood. All right? But that's not the point that I'm getting at. You go out north and you sit at Glenbrook and you count how many squad cars are out there. Then you come back here and you sit over here in this area and count how many squad cars. I lived on the south end. I used to live right down here on D-Wall. When we had the police station down here, oh man, we had all kinds of squad cars out here. I mean, man, I got robbed. 5 minutes, I had 3 squad cars right in front of my house. Okay? But now it takes them almost an hour to get to my house.
Okay. Bill, in fairness to the council candidate over here, we want to give her a real quick chance to review.